Hey guys, Magic Master here, and today I am back with card tricks, and I'm going to be doing one of my favorite kind of card tricks, a color change. And if you also like color change, go ahead and like the video. If you don't like color changes, get lost. So, before we get into it, I have some things to say about the gaming videos I did. So, about the gaming videos, my friend was here for a week, so I couldn't really upload card tricks. And so I thought, well, we might as well experiment and upload some gaming videos, see what everybody thinks. Some of you guys liked it, some of you guys didn't, so I probably won't be doing many gaming videos in the future. For all of you who like it, you can be sure that there will be more, but I probably will be doing very few. So that's what I had to say about that. Also, if you have not already, go watch my introduction for my Contraband by 311 deck review and Pharaoh Shuffle tutorial video. It's a pretty important one. You don't have to watch the stuff about the deck giveaway because we've already done that, but the other stuff is pretty important. Also, go subscribe to J-Trix Challenge Tube and Francois the Kitchen Magician. Cadence Jacobs doesn't upload anymore, so sorry buddy, I'm going to stop giving you shoutouts. But go subscribe to J-Trix Challenge Tube and Francois the Kitchen Magician. I'll leave links to all three of their channels in the description. Finally, credit to MLT Magic Tricks for this trick. Go check out his channel and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the performance. So, we're just going to start by giving the deck a quick cut like this. And now, I'll go ahead and have the spectator pick any card. So let's say they just wanted to pick that. So go ahead and memorize it. I'm not looking. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, place your card right here, and I'm just going to cut it into the middle of the deck like that. And now watch. If we spread through, you can actually see one card has changed color. And that card happens to be your selection, the 6 of diamonds. But now, hold on, we're not done yet. Good tricks are usually good if you can do it twice in a row. So for now, we're just going to take the 6 diamonds, set it off to the side, and we can just, once again, give the deck some cuts like that, and cut like that. Now, I would have the spectator call out stop when I riffle down the deck. Let's just say they said stop right there. Okay. Here is your second selection. In this case, it's the King of Spades. Now watch. Once again, take the King of Spades and cut it into the middle of the deck like that. And if we spread through, you can see one card has turned red. Well, hold on a minute. I didn't say the red card had to be in the deck. There's a red card right here, and you can see this red card happens to be your selection, the King of Spades. Alright guys, that was the trick, and let's get right into the tutorial. So this trick does require a setup, and this trick actually does have 2 different setups. I'll be going over both of them in this video. One setup requires the double undercut, which you guys probably saw me do if you know Magic. And the other setup eliminates the double undercut, but it has a little bit of a different force when you force the second card. Yes, you are going to be forcing the second card. So, like I said, this trick does require a setup. What you're going to need to get out is duplicate cards with 2 different colored backs. And make sure they're the same brand of cards, so you can use 2 different colored Bicycle decks, 2 different colored Monarchs decks, whatever you want. So just make sure you get out duplicates, opposite colored backs. So you take the different colored back than the deck, put that on the bottom, take the same colored back, put that on the top. So now, before you start, you can do some false cuts if you want, and you can do a riffle shuffle too, but you just have to make sure you try to conceal this bottom red card, because if you go like that to do your riffle shuffle, you'll flash that red card. So you just have to try to conceal it. It's very hard to do, Even MLT Magic Tricks flashed his opposite color card in the performance when at the start when he was doing the riffle shuffle. So even professional YouTubers, it's hard to do for them even. But if you want to try the riffle shuffle, you can, but I just like to stick with false cuts. So you have opposite colored back on the bottom, same colored back on the top. And then you do your false cut. And then you have the spectator pick any card. Now, you don't want them to pick the top or the bottom card. So what you can do here is just kind of cover up the top card with your thumb and cover up the bottom card with your fingers like that. And some people just go for the top or bottom card, but most of the time they won't. If it's somebody you know they will go for the top and bottom card, you can riffle down the deck and have them call out stop, but even then, there's no guarantee that they won't pick the bottom card, because I've had a couple people who say stop after I get to the bottom card. So this is kind of one of those tricks where it's a little bit risky when you're having them pick a card. So just try to cover them up as best you can. Usually they'll just pick a card from the middle, so let's say they just pick that card right there, and then you have them go ahead and memorize it. In this case, it's the Queen of Hearts. And then you set it on top of the deck. And then you can either cut it into the middle of the deck yourself, and that would have a lower chance of flashing the card. Or if you really trust the spectator, you can have them do it themselves, but if they do one of those sloppy cuts, kind of like this, it didn't there, but it does have a chance of flashing that red card. So if you don't really trust them, you can just cut the deck yourself, and just cut it once like that. And then you spread through and you see one card has turned red or whatever color you're using. And then you cut all of these cards on top of the red card to the bottom. And you say that one card happens to be your selection. And then you do a double lift, do whatever kind of double lift you want. The Queen of Hearts. And they'll be amazed. They'll be freaking out like, whoa, how'd you do that? But you say, hold on. A good trick is usually good if you can do it twice in a row. So you say, we'll take the Queen of Hearts, set it off to the side for now. It's really the King of Spades, but they don't know that. And then here is where you want to do your double undercut to get their first selection out of the way. So I've done a tutorial on this before, so you guys can go check that out. But I'll just do a quick overview of what it looks like here. So you get a push-off pinky break, transfer that to a thumb break. Take half the cards below the break, put that on top. Take the other half, put that on top. So now you have cut their card to the bottom, and it's not needed anymore. So now you have the King of Spades on top. So what you want to do here is force that King of Spades. So you can force the top card however you want. I just like to do the cut, where you cut it, get a pinky break there, and then riffle down, ask them to tell you when to stop. And no matter where they stop, you say stop, you just lift up from that break. So let's just say they said stop right there. You would lift up from the break, cut these cards to the bottom, and show their second selection is the King of Spades. And then once again, you set it on top. And this time it's safe for the spectator to do it if you want, or you could just do it again too. And then you cut the King of Spades into the middle of the deck. And then you spread through and you say, once again, one card has turned red. And then you kind of spread through the deck, show there's no red cards in the deck, and then you say, wait a minute, I didn't say the red card had to be in the deck. You can see there's one red card over here, and it happens to be your second selection, the King of Spades. So that was the first setup that required the double undercut. Now let me show you guys the second setup. So once again, you get out your two different duplicates. So the one with the same colored back as the deck goes on the bottom, and the one with the different colored back goes on the bottom below the same colored back card. So now you have both those on the bottom. And once again, you can do a false cut or a riffle shuffle, but this time you have to make sure you keep the two cards on the bottom and not just the one. So, and once again, there's a chance you could flash, so I like to just stick with the false cuts. And then once again, you have them pick any cards. Let's just say they pick that one. In this case, it's the 6 hearts. Place that on top, cut it in the middle of the deck, spread through, So one card has turned red, and then you cut all these to the bottom. Do your double lift, so it's their selection. It's not the best double lift, but I'm just trying to hurry here. The 6 of hearts, and then you say, good trick. It's only good if you do it twice. Set 6 hearts off to the side, which is really the king of spades. And now here is the different part. You don't have to do the double undercut because their card is on the bottom here instead of second from the top. Before it was second from the top, so you had to get rid of the top card. So their card could be the top card. But this time, their card is already on the bottom. So what you do here is you force the bottom card instead of the top card. So you don't have to do that double undercut. You can just go right into forcing the card. So you can force that however you want. I just like to do false Hindu shuffle. You know, say stop wherever you want. Stop right there. Kind of square them up like that. So second selection is the king of spades. You just force the bottom card. And then you spread through, say, one card once again is turned red, and then you say, I didn't say it had to be in the deck, and this red card right here happens to be your second selection, the king of spades. Alright guys, that was the trick. Hope you liked it. I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys are too, and I'll see you next time.